Let's talk about octaves. What exactly is an octave? If you look it up in a musical dictionary, it'll tell you it is the interval between 8 diatonic tones, or the 8th tone in a diatonic scale. So what does this mean? For a beginner, that may be a little hard to digest. I'm going to break this down so you will understand an octave as it relates on a guitar. So now that you know the definition of an octave according to a musical dictionary, I'd like to give you my own definition as related to the guitar. So I've told you already that there are 7 notes in the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you add flats or sharps, you wind up with 12 notes. There are 12 notes in our musical language, and you can easily see them on the guitar by going to the 12th fret, and from the open note to the 12th fret, which is the same note, name of E, is 12 tones in between there. So on every string you have an octave, and you can those are octaves. Now I'm going to show you 2 more ways that you can play octaves with the guitar. So this very note here, this E, which is an octave higher than the open string, can also be found on the 7th fret on the next string. There's an octave. E on the open string and the 7th fret on the string above it is an octave. And that happens on all the strings the same way. That would be an A. It happens on all the strings except for one. You see, the B note is a half step or 1 fret smaller in distance than the rest of the notes relative to each other. So on this you have to add a fret to get your octave. So on the 3rd string and the 2nd string on the 8th fret would be your octave. And then you go back to 7th fret in open note below it. Now the 3rd way you can play an octave on the guitar is to play one note and the next note with a string apart and 2 frets, like this. Once again, this happens anywhere on the neck. Now, when you come up to the 4th string on the guitar, to make an octave, once again, you have that extra fret you have to add to accommodate for the B string. You have to remember that. And also on the next string up, which would be the 3rd string, you have to do the same thing. Alright, now you have 3 ways you can play octaves, and you can make a lot of music with octaves, and there are many songs that were built on octaves as well as careers. If you'd like to see a guitar player who exploited octaves, that would be Wes Montgomery from the mid-50s of last century, who has influenced every guitar player that I've ever known in jazz and in other venues by using octaves to play solos with. You might want to check him out, and you may want to play around with these octaves and get used to them, the 3 ways that are to play them. And even if you don't know the names of them for now, you can always go back and use the first lesson to identify the names, but try them.